Okay, guys, so this is the hat that we was painting yesterday. So if you see, I got the bow over there. I added a little turquoise and pink twine around there. We blended the colors really, really well. This is a piece from another hat I recycled to do the band with and also to make the bow. And I decided with this hat that I was not going to stiffen it, okay? I was like, you know what? I always stiffen every single hat that I have. You know, I like a lot of these crochet type hats, right? So they got these crochet hats. And with these crochet hats, they multicolor and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave this hat kind of like this so that my light give me a glare where it shows your highlights don't be blended well at all when you get up under certain light, don't you? Like, you get in there, but like, your stuff is not blended well at all. But anyway, it's whatever, okay? But yeah, the hat, so I kind of left it, meaning I just let it go back into the natural shape to get the, I call it the Inspector Gadget, but the fedora with the two pinches on the side, the size put in, and we did not stiffen this, okay? We just left it. So meaning that this hat can kind of flex, you know, because I didn't stiffen it. And I feel like, you know what? If I'm out on the trail and I'm walking, I know I'd be going to get my walks and then I'd be doing my little walks on this little thing. I said, you know what? I could just throw on this hat a nice little day when I'd be on my trail venting, talking to y'all. We're just going to leave it, okay? We're just going to leave it. We're just going to, I don't think it looks bad at all. I think it looks kind of cool like this. But normally all my hats I'd be stiffing them. So I kind of left it kind of flexible. So it's kind of, it's not stiff. So this shape is a little, you know, because of the paint and a little bit of stiffening. But I left the brim kind of in that mode where, you know what I mean? I left the brim kind of in this mode where it can kind of flex and kind of whatever. It kind of reminded me like of the crochet hat, you know. So this is like a multicolor. So like I was telling you guys, I really truly enjoy making these hats. If you want to make hats, you can go on Estes and you can get the blank hats and you can create them. These particular ones, it came in a set of 12. I think it came like $41, and the hats is already shaped for you, but they get warped into me with the band on. They're smaller. I like to pop the band because for some reason it be seeming kind of tight. So it's not a band in here. I pop the band out so I can have more wiggle room and make the head expand a little bit better, because to me it seemed like with the band in, the head is tighter. So I don't like my hats to be extremely tight like that. And I will say they run small. So if you can look and try to get the wider brim straw hats ones. And then remember with the stiffener, I told y'all about you can use the mud pot, have water, have mud pot, and you stiffen these hats to make them not flexible. So this one, because all my other hats is kind of like, you know, y'all know how I like my hats just like this. But I figure, you know what? I figure this is kind of cute. I throw on something, you know, well, this don't match. I'm just grabbing stuff. But, you know, you throw on something and you kind of let it kind of, you know, do what it do. Let me show y'all another one. So, like, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. So this is another one of the hats. So you could be creative. I changed the color. I added a band around and did the multicolor. So you can do different. So this one I didn't stiffen, you know. And if you can see, this one is a little wider than that one. So it give you a little bit more. But I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to stiffen it. So, but yeah, I actually genuinely love the hats. I was asking my granddaughter, out of all the hats I made, I was like, which hat you like the best? And I'm asking how the hats I made. She picks this one. I didn't make this one. She said this one is her favorite. I said, Nana asked you. Nana was asking you out of all the hats I made, which one is your favorite? Nana didn't make this one. So she said if she had to pick, I think she picked the Love Heart one. But I just like hats, guys. I just really like hats. I really enjoy making them, enjoying the craftsmanship behind it, just learning all the stuff. So I do. I truly enjoy making these hats. So my friend be like, you got so many. Like, why do you got so many hats? It's like, I don't feel like you can never have too many of nothing. So it's just, uh, a hobby that I like, and I really enjoy doing these hats. So I'm over here knocking everything down and I'm getting it off the wall. So just creating them, just making them, just yeah, I just really truly enjoy the whole craftsmanships of making these hats and stuff like that. So I appreciate y'all stopping by. I appreciate y'all being here. So if you want to get into hat making, get into the hat making. Go to Estes, put in blank hats, and you can get a lot of the hats blank. And then to me personally, the scrawls are easy to make, and I know I got a speech impediment, so you know I'm saying scrawl hat. But to be honest, when you got a speech impediment, it seems like you be saying it right. And to other people, it sounds funny, but like when people talk like St. Louis that third, and y'all be like, why y'all talk like that? Or why y'all, you know, you got an accent or whatever. But anyway, it's a Chicago accent. Cause I'm from Illinois. I'm not originally from Minnesota, but I'm not from Chicago. But when they hear, you know, Chicago, Illinois, or, you know, they think everybody from Chicago, or if you say Chicago Hikes, they think that you from Chicago. So it's like they always gonna be, but I'm not from Chicago. But they always like, Chicago got an accent. When I get to Chicago, I don't know nowhere around Chicago because I'm not from there. I'm like 3 hours traffic, 4 hours away from Chicago, from where I'm originally from and where my people stay. So I'm not from Chicago. But they'll say, when they hear Chicago Heights, they'll hear Chicago. And they go, you from Chicago. So I'm like, okay, that's what y'all want to do. Then that's what it is. So yes, but yeah, we're going to leave this hat just like this. Give it some little flex. And then I feel like any little nice, little colorful short set or whatever, you could throw it on. And you know, the hats block the sun when you walking. So a lot of times I wear my sunglasses driving, but when I'm walking, you can wear the hats to block the sun. Take a nice little walk and enjoy the sun. So I appreciate you guys being here, vibing with me. Remember I told you I did so many hats. So now I got to do some organizing because I got to go look get all my shoes. I don't have none of my summer shoes or spring shoes out of storage, so I got to start doing stuff like that and finding more of the summer stuff and the winter stuff. So I got to do some organizing and getting things together. So I'm probably I made so many hats, and like I said, I do so much where I kind of get bored, so I'm gonna take a break on the hats. Got to get stuff done, organizing, getting stuff like that. Then I probably start making clothes to mimic with the hats, because I don't know, if you do something so much, you probably totally burn yourself out. So I just want to take a little pause. I've been making, if y'all see hats, boom, 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 boom. If y'all been watching me for a while, y'all know I get fixated on something and I stick with it for a couple months or whatever, till I kind of like time out, like, okay, I need a break, I don't want to do that no more. Then I go into something else and do that so long, get tired of doing that then. So it kind of be like a rotation of stuff. So organizing is something that I need to get done. So this nicer months, I want to get organized and get all my stuff unpacked, put in the right spot when I get ready to need it, because I need to start getting prepared, because my sister-in-law, her niece is getting married and they opted me to do the dress. So I got to get mentally prepared for that. So I got to start going to look and get the mannequins out of the storage and stuff like that, because you need all that when it comes to draping. And she'll have to fly down to Minnesota for us to do the measurements. So it's going to be a lot of that. So I got to get prepared for that. So now I got to go start getting all my sewing stuff and get it processed and bring it back through here. And my buddy's here. Hey, buddy, how are you? Hey, buddy, how are you? You want to say something? Say. My mama finna bring all this crap back in the house, and I got to be walking around and seeing all this junk. You won't want to see my stuff? Want to go? You don't want to see the stuff? Where your girlfriend? Want to go see Tika? Tika? Okay, guys. See y'all in another video. Doodles.